Hey everyone, you're watching Big Drone Flyer 77 RC. When we return, going to do a restoration of this Traxxas. This is a XMaxx 8S right after this. Thanks everybody for joining me today on Big Drone Flyer 77 RC. Donnie here, and today I'm going to do a restoration of this XMaxx 8S. I bought this thing from a pawn shop for dirt cheap, guys, and it ended up catching fire. As you can see here, the motor was burnt down, so was the cooling fans, and yeah, they just clipped the wires right off of there, so it was pretty burnt. The ESC was definitely fried too, as you can see coming up right here. It melted down, so I replaced it with the Max 6 Hobbywing. So I'm going to do a step-by-step and replace those parts, you guys, so stay tuned for that. So right here I'm just going to try to solder these connectors on. So I'm going to try to put some solder in this XT90. I don't think this solder gun's very hot, so I was giving it a shot right here, but obviously it wasn't getting hot enough, you guys. So this thing's garbage, you know. This is only for little pin soldering, so I just thought I'd give it a try. I had a bunch of connectors and it just could not get hot enough, so I took it over to Jimmy at Electronics here in Davis, where I live, and I kept my plug on here, so, but he went ahead and I snapped this back together, but he did a really good solder job on there, so you know, plus it's helping the community out, at least gave him a little business. So I just don't have a hot enough. You want at least 200 watt soldering iron. The one I have is only 60 watt, you guys, so it's not, this is just for little pin soldering, so definitely have to have 200 watts. You want a good soldering iron to put that connector on. So this plug right here is already pre-assembled. I bought it that way with the XT90s on here, because that way I could run the two 4S batteries I have from Power Hobby. But I did it this way, so that way I can unplug it and run just a straight 6S if I want. If I just want to run 6S with the XMaxx, you know, I have an option to be able to do that as well, so I can either run single or dual batteries. So here's the new replacement Traxxas motor. This is a 1275 kV. I put new motor mounts on there, just putting the last screws on there, and then I'm going to go and add that new pinion gear there, which is a 24 tooth. So I'm going to put that on, get it all snugged up, and then put it on the truck. So it's nice and tight. So that should be good to go. Now we could drop the motor in, you guys. But first I need to take all the tires off the XMaxx, and then I'll start mounting this in, and then I'll put the Max 6 ESC in there. Alright guys, I got the motor in there. Got it tightened down on the bottom here. I'm going to have to put some washers, because this person really... this poor thing's been beat up, so I'm going to try to put some washers in there. If you guys can see that, they're pretty ovaled out, so I don't want that motor to pull through. So I'll just do this for now, just to get it running, and then I'll slide some washers in there. You can see that he added his own screws, must have stripped them out. So I'm definitely going to have to do some more replacing of parts again. So, alright, let's try to get this ESC in here. I got to put the cover back on. I don't know if I want to leave that off for now and then put it on at the end. Need to put the fan on there, and then yeah, clean this up and get that ESC stuck in there. Let me see if I can get this focus in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pair of wire cutters, cut this piece off right here. That way it gives me more room to shove that ESC back, so it sticks better and snugs up to the motor a lot closer. Alright guys, so I took some rubbing alcohol and wiped this down in here, even wiped in here. I'm gonna have to fix this. I'll fix this later. For now, I'm just gonna leave it there until I can get that fixed. I need to get a new soldering iron. Mine is not working. So anyways, I'm gonna cut this off with the pair of wire cutters. So it's probably going to be my easiest way of doing this here. So if I can get in there. I don't have an X-Acto knife or a sharp enough knife for that, so these wire cutters should work just fine here. Let me get that off. So there we go. I snapped right off of there, didn't it? Pretty brittle. I'm gonna have to spray this whole thing down with some WD-40, soften up this plastic a little bit. But I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, you guys, and then I'm gonna get ready to drop the ESC in there, okay? Alright, so far I got the ESC in. All I gotta do is plug it in. It doesn't matter which plug, you plug the plug in the socket. It doesn't matter. With this Hobbywing Max 6, these could be in all different orders. You can just plug it straight in, you guys. So there's no wrong way of plugging that in. I'm going to plug those in a second. I was just pressing down on this double-sided sticky tape. Don't ever press on the fan or the capacitors, or you could damage them. So I got the ESC connected to number 2 channel and the servo connected to number 1. This is loose in here for right now. I just want to do a test. Let me plug those in, get a battery plugged in here, and get the batteries plugged in, and then I'll set this ESC and make sure everything's running. So that'll be the next step. Alright, so I got the cover over the gears here. I'm going to go ahead and pop on this cooling grill here with the fans. I should just have to slide it over. I think I could just pop this on. There we go. Just like that. Here's the wire. I'm going to feed it underneath here, run it up underneath here, and plug it into the auxiliary power here. So I'll have to see how that goes. Alright guys, I'll keep touching bases with you here. Alright guys, I got one 4S battery in there. I went with the Power Hobby with the Pro LiPo. So I went ahead and got one side in. I'm going to drop this other one in, and then I'm going to fire this thing up, and hopefully everything goes well. I'll be able to set the ESC, and I'll show you guys how to do that as well. I'm going to get some new batteries for the controller and put those in also. Alright, so the original receiver is fried. It did turn on like the fan, things like that, but it wouldn't light up and bind. It's dead. It was burnt. So I went ahead and stole the receiver out of my eRevo Mini for now, and then I'm going to order a new one just to get this XMaxx fired up. So I'm going to go ahead and seal that up. XMaxx gives you a little bit of grease here, so I could put it on the foam here. I already cleaned all this off with some rubbing alcohol, and I'm going to go around the ring here and then seal that up, and then I'll be right back, and we'll go and set the ESC. Okay guys, so now I'm going to go, all the covers are on, that's screwed down with the little set screw. Let me move this guy out of the way. If everything goes to plan, we should be able to get this ESC fired up now. Go ahead and plug this in. Okay. Hopefully that receiver is going to work fine. I'm going to turn the controller on as well. So let me get this on 50-50 zeroed out now. Okay. So wanted at 50-50 zeroed out, and let me go ahead and fire up the ESC. So you're going to want to hold the set button and the power button at the same time. Keep holding them down. Okay, so it's going to do that because it wants to know where the neutral position is. So you're not going to touch the controller at all, okay? You're just going to go ahead and press set. All right, now we're going to look for the throttle position. So you're going to go in full throttle, press, okay, let go, Now we're going to look for the reverse all the way. Okay, now let go. Now go ahead and press it again to set it. Power it off. Wait a few seconds, power back on. And it should be fired up here. Alright. So I got no steering right now. But I do have reverse. Okay. Alright, so obviously the servo must be in bad shape. Let me shut this off. But at least it does run. To replace that servo is a little bit of a pain because I'm going to have to get to it from underneath here, you guys. So it's up under here, and I hope these aren't all stripped out. These guys here, they don't look like they're in too good a shape, so I'm going to have to open that up and see what I can do. So, alrighty guys, I will be back shortly. So I don't have no power tools, you guys, and there's a lot of good videos out there. Even Traxxas makes a video on replacing this servo with the new upgrade 2085X. So I'm just using the basic tools for now. So I'm not going to go through and show me taking the whole thing off. I'll just go step by step and cut to where I'm at next. So I need to remove 8 screws. One there, same on the other side. And then these ones right here where this guy put the wrong screws in there. Right here by the receiver, there's 2 there. So thank God I got that out of there. This guy grinded this, I guess to fit, you know, a screwdriver, Phillips, but I had to use a flathead, and luckily I got it out, guys. So I got a new screw set, and I'm gonna put new screws in here. So yeah, it's gonna take me a while to get this. Usually an easy project to switch out even longer with stuff like this. Go in right here on the side, and the other side don't even have anything in it. So lucky I got that screw set, you guys. You can find them on eBay, so we're going to replace that as well. Alright, taking a look at the bottom, you can see there's a bunch of screws that don't belong. There's a bunch missing, so I'm going to have to try to get these out. Because the skid plate has to come off so I can pull this front piece off. So you know, for someone having $1,000 XMaxx, why they wouldn't spend a few bucks and get the correct replacement screws, I don't know. Maybe this was just a last minute thing when he was out bashing somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty bad. Alright, just pull this guy apart now. There we go. Got the front off. Move this guy back around here. Okay. So now we got the front off. So I'm gonna move that off the side. Just want to make sure. Now I got to take these other skid plate screws off. Now I'll be right back. All right, I got the cover to come off. They went and put some oversized screws. This one had a wood screw in it. I just can't believe that. So let's pop this cover off. Okay, there's the servo now, you guys. So I'm gonna have to take the steering servo horn off, and that'll be the next step. And then I'll pull this guy out. So I'll be right back. All right, I got the steering horn out, and as you can see, the stock servo, they had plastic gears, you guys, so that's why I'm upgrading to the 2085X. It'll be all metal, so hopefully it'll be more bulletproof and not strip out like this one did. It just don't run at all, so it's shot. Alright, so I got it out, you guys, and this thing is definitely, it's froze up solid, because when I had the wheels on there, I could barely get it to move. So I'm glad it had to come out anyways. This is that one where they had that house connector on there, connecting this twisted together, and that's not going to work. But it is missing a screw as well, so there's only 2 screws that were holding this servo. This one here was gone. Alright, the new servo is in. I ran the wire through, tightened these down, put some new screws in there. And now what I have to do is put all this back together in the cover. and of course connect the servo wire to the #1 channel. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got the covers back on, so the next step I'm going to have to do is connect the batteries. I already went and programmed my ESC and stuff. I'll show you guys that in a second, but I just have to turn this on and then get the controller, and I'm going to have to center out the servo, so I'll be right back. Alright, let's turn this guy on. Got this plugged in. Let's turn on the ESC. So I'm going to zero out the steering servo. At least it works, so that's good. So we went ahead and zeroed it out. Got it right on zero. Now I can put the steering horn on there, you guys, so that's the next step. Alright, so I'm going to take the old steering link off and put this new metal steering link on, so on the steering horn. So alright, so you're going to put the new steering link on the steering horn and just tighten that back down here. Alright, now you can actually put this steering horn on. You want to have this facing up right here. Slide that on, tighten up the screw, and then next I'm going to go and replace the spring for the servo protector, so that'll be next. Alright guys, now I got the skid plate on. It's time to change out the servo saver spring, so I got to take off 4 screws and pull this off and unscrew that spring out of there and replace it with the upgrade spring. Alright, I got the new servo saver spring in there. Now it's time to put the bracket back on and get that screwed down, and then we can go and start bolting everything back up. I got the steering linkage hooked up to the steering horn, and that's ready to go. And you know, got the servo saver in there. I'm just tightening up some screws, replacing screws that were all missing, which was surprised this thing still held up as many screws was missing. So anyways, I'm gonna go and put the rest of the screws in, plug this thing in, fire it up, and see how well it runs. Alright guys, here we go. I'm gonna fire it up, see if everything works. Remember, I already calibrated the ESC. I'll show you that clip in this video somewhere. So let me just go ahead and fire this up, make sure that steering servo works. I've got everything back together. I'm gonna fire this thing up, turn the controller on. It's linking, and yes, we have steering. Yep, and it's running. So all I got to do is put the tires on now and get this thing outside and see how well it runs. Alright you guys, so I went with the Power Hobby. I went with the Raptor XLs. These are belted tires, so I went ahead and mounted them all on. I'm going to get some new lug nuts since these are mismatched, but anyways, I'm going to take it outside and we'll see how well this thing runs, guys. Alright guys, I'm out here with the Traxxas X-Maxx 8S. It's going to be my first run right here, you guys, so hopefully everything goes well. Turn on the controller, get that controller on. Alright, get this guy on here real quick. Alright guys, here we go. Woo! Dang, that thing's got a lot of power. Alright, here we go guys. Dang, that's only a quarter throttle. Whew. I can't wait to get to a park. Wow. That thing is crazy fast, you guys. Oh my god, I definitely need to be at a park, so I'm not going to do too much of a run here. I still need to go and take the bearings apart, maybe replace them. I need to clean them up. I don't even know if I can get a speed run here, guys, but I'll try it and see. Alright guys, I'm going to see if I get a partial speed run, which I doubt it because I do not have enough room here. Definitely not enough room here. I gotta wait until see if the park will open up here. Dang, wow. God, I gotta be easy. I'm used to punching it on all the other trucks. This thing definitely has too much power. Alright, try this again here. Alright, hopefully no cars are coming out here. Whoa, dang. Wow, that's a big hit. Oh, hopefully I didn't get the A-arm here. Wow, that was a hard hit. Jeez, I couldn't even stop. Yeah, I definitely can't go, I definitely don't have enough room. I gotta go to a park. I'm gonna have to adjust that braking because it doesn't want to stop. Well, what was that? Oh, it didn't even record the... I wonder why it didn't even record there. Whoa, up on two wheels. Definitely gonna have to adjust the braking on that. That's for sure. Wow. So for some reason it is not doing the kilometers per hour here. Let's see if I got it set on the right thing here, you guys. God, that thing's got so much power. It's giving me the shakes. I can't believe how much power this thing has. That's insane. See if I can get this the record this time. Try to get something on there. It sounds like the body's hitting there. Wow. The body's hitting. Yeah, it's not recording it for me. I don't know why. That's not the kilometers per hour right there. There's no way it's 18. I'm gonna have to fix this. 41, there it is. 41 kilometers, and that was just barely, not even half throttle, you guys. So I can imagine how many kilometers it would do being able to be at the park. Definitely trying to run on that wheel. Jeez. Yeah, I need more braking. I'm not getting hardly any braking, so I'm definitely gonna have to go in there and adjust that. This is just a little test run, you guys, just to show you that it does run and it's got a lot of power. Definitely a lot of power. All right, that was my little run. I just wanted to show you guys real quick, let you see that I got it running, and this thing's got way too much power for this small parking lot. So all right, thanks for watching, guys. Like always, God bless, cheers, and happy driving.